Hello and welcome. In this video I'm going to show you how to crochet this scarf. It's all made with half double crochet back loop only, super easy, and if you use a larger hook you can finish even faster. I used this yarn held double, so I used a total of 4 skeins, but you can really use any yarn you want. A DK size held double, Aran size, worsted, chunky, whatever you like. So with 2 threads held together, I used a hook of 7 millimeters, and you can finish very quickly. I'm going to show you by using this lighter yarn so that you can see, and we are going to start by making a slip knot. So yarn under your finger, twist the finger, hold here, put the tail behind, and grab the yarn with your hook. Hold and pull. You can start your chain with a larger hook, otherwise the chain might come out too tight, and then your scarf will have this shape, larger on the sides but pulling tighter at the bottom. So I'm going to start with a larger hook, 1/2 millimeter larger, 4.5. So this scarf is around 2 meters long, so you need to make as many chains as you want your scarf to be. So to make chains, go under the yarn, grab it and pull it through. Don't make these chains too tight, or it will be very difficult to work in these chains. We are going to start the first row by working on the back loop of the chains. So this loop that you see here behind, this bump, and so on. If you make these chains tight, it's going to be difficult to go in with your hook into these bumps. There is no need that you count, just make as many chains as you want your scarf to be in length. Okay, I'm going to stop here. After you have done as many chains as the length that you want, you can switch hook, 1/2 millimeter smaller hook, and make 2 chains. You can make these 2 chains pretty tight. We don't need them. It's only to get us up here to work the next row. Now turn your chain. So you skip the first bump, this one here, you skip the second bump, and in the third one yarn over. So 1, 2, 3 in the third bump, you go under this bump, yarn over, pull the yarn through the loop, the first loop, pull a little bit, yarn over, and pull through all the 3 loops, and we made the first half double. Mark this first stitch so you don't get confused with the chain on the side. Now we work 1 half double into each bump. So yarn over again in the second bump. Let's do another half double. And we have 2 stitches, 2 half double crochet. Yarn over, third bump. You can also see them from the sides, these bumps. You can just go in from here if it's better for you. 3 stitches in the next bump, and you continue like this. You obviously will have many more chains, 200 or even more. So you go into each bump of the chain at the back of the chain, because at the front we have 2 loops, 1 and 2, that form this V at the back there is only one loop. So a chain is made up of 3 loops, 2 at the front and 1 loop at the back. So work 1 half double into each bump at the back, like this, until you get at the end of the chain. So I'm going to work these few stitches and I'll meet you at the end of the chain. And this is all you have to do: half double crochet and back loop only. And you get this nice ridged texture. I'm almost at the end here. I have 1, 2 and 3 chains to work. And the very last chain, we work it 2, turn over and pull through all the loops, and we made our first row of half double crochet. So now we chain 2 again. You can make these chains nice and tight, turn, yarn over for a half double, and now we're going to work into the very first stitch. So this is the first stitch here. We work into this stitch. We made 2 chains, which are 1 and 2, and then we have the first stitch. So yarn over, we are going to go into the back loop of this stitch and all the others. We will make half double crochet only in the back loop, which is this loop here. You usually work the stitches by going under both loops and you work the stitch. Then we have the back loop, and this is the front loop. We are going to work in the back loop. So yarn over for a half double, go into the first stitch, the back loop only, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all the 3 stitches, and this is our first double. Mark your first stitch on this side 2, and continue by making 1 half double into the back loop until the end of your stitches. Back loop again, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over in the back loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. Don't worry if you see this large hole. While you do the others, the hole will close completely and you will be left with these nice ridges. So continue until you get at the end of your stitches, and I will show you what to do at the end of each row. And as you can see, this stitch is very fast. It gives you a bit of height and it's very fast. Yarn over and then you pull through everything. So it's as fast as a single crochet. So when you get at the end, I have 1 stitch here to make and the last stitch now right here. So when you get at the end, you can do 2 things. You can either go under the back loop as you have done up to now, or you can go under both loops of the stitch. This is the top of the stitch, we went under both loops, not under only the back loop. You yarn over and pull through 3 as normal. This is going to give you a straighter edge, also a stronger edge, because when you go through only one loop at the end, you will get this loop here that is only one, that might get, you know, larger and larger with time, and it doesn't really look too nice. So when you get at the end, you can work the last stitch going under both loops of the stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all the loops. And then again, chain 2, nice and tight, yarn over into that first stitch, back loop. So only when you are at the end, you work under both loops of the stitch. Mark your first stitch and you continue. Back loop, half double crochet. Nice and easy, super quick. You can do it in front of the TV. It's a nice easy stitch that you can relax and just go on and on and on. For a scarf, you want the stitches to be nice and loose so that the scarf can move softly, and also the scarf would be against your face and your neck. So I'll advise you to, you know, to buy some yarn that is soft, not scratchy. So I'm almost at the end again. If you put your stitch markers, you won't go crazy. Where is my last stitch, or have I missed the last stitch? You always know where the last stitch is. And here I have my last stitch. See, it's very easy to miss one stitch, because it does look like if I have no more stitches here, it's the end. And then you turn and you start to get these sides like that. But actually there is one stitch there, and we are going to work it by going under both loops. Only the last stitch you work it going through both loops, and you have a nice straight edge. And you continue like this over and over and over until you get to the height that you want. To count the rows, you can count the ridges. If you just count the ridges, you can count 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 15. Or you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this side, the ridges, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which is 15 rows. So however you count them, it's 15 rows, because we work one row on this side, and then the next one, this one that is hidden, is at the front here of this side. So each ridge is one row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So you can work 15 rows if you want, back and forward, back and forward. And I'll work another few 2 rounds, and I'll show you how to finish. So continue half double crochet, back loop only. You only work into the back loop, nice and loose, don't work tight. You don't want something, you know, hard one piece. You want something that it moves a lot, nice and soft. So remember, just the last stitch you go under both loops. I will stitch at the end. And remember, if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Remove your hook. Let's say a stitch is wonky or something, just pull and you can go back. Leave one loop out of one stitch, you put your hook back and continue where you left off and continue. You can make this scarf with any yarn, as you can see, even DK size with a hook 4mm, you still get the nice ridges. These are thicker because the yarn was twice the size. I mean, held double. So I'm almost at the end here. I'm going to finish here, and so when you get at the very end, do the same as always. Go under 2 loops in your very last stitch, the 3 loops. So when you are finished for the size, for the height that you want, so you can just cut the yarn, pull it, make a chain and pull it all the way through. And from here you can just weave the end in. So get a yarn needle, and then you can weave it on the side or under the stitches. I'm going to go under the stitches, under the legs of these stitches here on the last row. We are just going inside, in between, see the stitches right in the middle between the front and the back. So go back inside and just weave your tail in. Just gonna stop here. For a scarf you might want to go a little bit farther in, and then just pull a little bit, cut, and then pull to hide the tail, and this is your scarf. I also made a sample by using 2 threads of the same ball as I worked this one, and as you can see, obviously the stitches are larger, the ridges are larger too. And for a scarf I think it looks really nice, so thick. And because we worked only in the back loop, the fabric is very light. It's not as thick as when you go under both loops in each stitch. This is much lighter. It's a perfect stitch for a sweater, for a cardigan. So I hope you enjoyed this quick and easy tutorial, and thank you for watching. Bye!